Hi guys, I am back for the third and final fall color trend, which is green, based on your requests. And I'm going to say fall/winter for this color trend because we are in December now, and as you can tell, I am in the Christmas spirit, and I apologize that it took me so long to get to this video. November was a very crazy month. As you guys probably know, it was probably crazy for you as well. It flew by so fast, and we hosted Thanksgiving for the first time this year in our little apartment. It was very stressful, but also very rewarding. I loved it. And you guys know this time of year with work, it's that time where a lot of people are taking days off, so you're kind of having to cover for them, and you're just all over the place. So this last month, I have not been in the zone, just even overall. I've been very blah. Now I am trying to get more inspired again. I was going on social media a lot more and looking at other people's videos and photos, and I feel a lot better about coming on and talk to you guys about different things. So now I'm back, and we're going to talk about green. Green is really nice for the fall, but also for the winter, and I think it's a great way to wrap up this color series. I don't have any other green to really show you guys except eyeshadow, so we're gonna get into the ones that I love from the drugstore. The first one is a cream eyeshadow, and I think this will be a great base if you're looking for a base for your green eyeshadows and you're wondering what the heck do I use as a primer for it to really pop. And what I like is the Color Tattoo by Maybelline in the shade Deep Forest. It is part of the Color Tattoo leather collection, so it doesn't have any shimmer to it. It's actually almost like a gray shade with a hint of green to it. So it's not going to be a dramatic green. You can even put it all over your lid with your finger and just run out the door, because with these color tattoos, they do set very well and they don't move around throughout the day. So if you're feeling like you want just a low maintenance green, I think this is a nice way to kind of have a hint of green in there, but it's also nice to have your green eyeshadows on top of this. So next are the single eyeshadows, and for someone like me who tends to stick to very neutral colors, I surprisingly have like a few green single eyeshadows because I've been really drawn to them the last few months. The first two that I'm mentioning are from Milani, and they are part of the Bella Eyes eyeshadow collection. They have so many colors to choose from, and this first one right here is a pretty true green, and it is called Bella Emerald. This is a beautiful shade. It has a bit of a sheen to it, and these Bella eyeshadows are really growing on me. Look how beautiful that is. When I first got these, I got two that are very light. I got Bella Champagne, I believe, and something that's very similar to it. They were saying this is like a gel powder eyeshadow. I wasn't wowed by this eyeshadow because I was expecting almost like a mousse-like consistency. Almost like a ColourPop eyeshadow. I don't own any ColourPop eyeshadows, but I've heard that they almost have like a little bit of give to them when you push down on it. And that's kind of what I was expecting with this. So when I felt it and it felt like a regular eyeshadow, I was like, oh, that's okay, I guess. But now that I know what to expect, and now that I look at it as a regular eyeshadow, these are so soft and beautiful. And they just glide on the lid so nicely. I love this one. This is going to be perfect for the holiday season as well. Pop it on the lid a little bit for a holiday party and wear like a black dress or something. I think is really pretty. And the other one from Milani is a lot more subtle. It's called Bella Khaki. I love Bella Khaki. This is definitely a great one for fall, but you can also wear this in the winter, of course. And it's a very nice muted khaki. So you can also pop this on the lid and a little bit of something neutral in the crease, and that's all you need. It's such a beautiful shade. I really love these two green eyeshadows from Milani. I definitely recommend them. And with these Milani eyeshadows, they do tell you on the back what kind of finish they are, and both of these are shimmer eyeshadows. The next one is from NYX, and this is one of their Prismatic eyeshadows. All of the Prismatic eyeshadows are absolutely stunning. If you haven't tried these yet, please do. They're gorgeous, especially if you love metallic finish eyeshadows. And this one is called Jaded. This is another beautiful green that you can definitely sport for the holidays, but this one to me leans a little bit more blue, really pigmented all over the lid. That's all you need type of eyeshadow, and I love applying these with my fingers. And the last single eyeshadow from the drugstore that I'm mentioning is the L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadow in Golden Emerald. This is so beautiful. You guys know I love the Infallible eyeshadows from L'Oreal. They're incredible. And this right here, look how pigmented that is. Like, I could just dip my finger in there and that's how saturated this color is. I don't use a brush with these. You can, but I just like to pop it on with my finger. I added a little bit of this on my lids today. The shimmer in here is gold, so it's a green with gold mixed in, and I definitely recommend this for this time of year. If you do not have this, this is one of those Infallible eyeshadows that has really wowed me. And the one non-drugstore item I have today is the Urban Decay eyeshadow in Lounge. And this came in the Superstars kit from Sephora. It's part of their Sephora favorites. I was going to talk about this kit, but it did sell out. So I'm just going to mention it right now to say that I did get it. And it came with a full-size Urban Decay eyeshadow in Lounge right here. And it is basically like this right here from the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette that I am also going to mention, but it's very, very similar to the shade in the Wet n Wild palette, and I'll get into that later. But this eyeshadow is not your typical green. I at least wanted to mention it because it has that green factor to it, but it's basically like a teal with a lot of red and brown mixed in, and it depends on where you're looking at it. So if you look at it like this, it has a lot of brown, and then you can see the teal or the green coming through. The nice thing about shadows like this is that when you blend it into your crease, you don't really need another eyeshadow. That brown or that red really comes through when you blend it into the crease. So it almost looks like you're wearing different shades and you're kind of creating this really complicated look, but it's just one eyeshadow. And I just wanted to throw this in here because these types of eyeshadows excite me during the fall, and just transitioning into the winter, I think this will be a beautiful eyeshadow. I know that it's a very popular one from Urban Decay, and I finally got my hands on it. I'm very happy with it, so I wanted to throw that in here. So here's the alternative. It is the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette that I've already mentioned several times for the fall just this year alone, and it's a $5 palette that you cannot go wrong with. And this is the shade right here that looks exactly like Lounge. It has that duochrome finish. It's a little bit different, but when you pop it on the eye, it almost looks like the same thing. So it's not like a traditional green, but I wanted to throw it in there because it's still part of that green family. And with the rest of this side of the palette, you do have your greens to play with, and you can create a very nice fall/winter look with this palette. And you can also bring in some of these if you want to add a little bit of warmth. And this last product is something that I picked up thanks to one of you. It is the Revlon ColorStay Quad in Adventurous. This is a great quad for this time of year, and this is what I have on my eyes underneath this Infallible eyeshadow. So I combined these together to create my look today. And I really like this green right here. It's a great way to get into the greens. If you're not someone who's comfortable with wearing green eyeshadow, then this is a great way to start because this doesn't look too green on the eyes. Of course, it depends on what you use as a base, but if you just want to try it out, this is really inexpensive. I do use my fingers when I apply these eyeshadows, and I feel like that's the best way to get the most color payoff. And I really like this green. It's a little bit of an olive, and you do get pretty good, decent pigment on there. And I like to put this in the outer V, put this a little bit in and above my crease, and then this as the highlight shade. So as you can tell, the pigment is pretty decent, and now I'm going to continue to use it in the winter. So thank you so much for the recommendation. I have been liking this, and again, it is called Adventurous from Revlon, and I do like that green if you're not really big on green eyeshadow. And that's it for this color trend series. I really appreciate your feedback on this trend series, and I'm hoping to carry it on into the other seasons and maybe even other categories. So if you have any requests like that, please let me know what they are in a comment below. I am also doing a holiday gift guide, so that is coming up very soon. Stocking stuffers and beauty items, as well as things that aren't necessarily beauty related, but they're all under $50. So I am putting that together. If you're interested, stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all again really soon. Bye.